Hail, Metal Nation! It is time to review more metal promos. So we're going to read these promos. I don't know why I'm telling you this. You already know. But we're going to read these promos and decide how many ears they deserve to be devoted by us unto them based entirely on the promos. So joining me, of course, is Doug and Matt. And you've heard them on many other episodes because you're a loyal listener. And it's about time you join the Patreon and get even more of our brilliant insights.
Yeah, right. Loyalty is great, but money talks.
What's more loyal than money? I mean, just look at Scientology.
Yeah. You want to get to heaven, don't you? Metal heaven.
Reverend Matt will show you the way.
Yeah.
Inner Decay, Enter the Void, release date May 27th, 2022 from Pest Records. Inner Decay was formed in 2014 by guitarist Tomaj. Inner Decay's style roots in death metal, combining elements of melodic death metal, catchy upbeat thrash riffs, and crushing brutal death metal vocals. This band draws its inspiration from the founders of death metal, such as Death, Sepultura, Jungle Rot, Vader, Dying Fetus, hey, they're from Maryland, Deicide, Obituary, Carcass, and Morbid Angel. Despite a few lineup changes, Inner Decay has kept the same style and feel from day one, thanks to Tom's killer writing style and Sylvester's brutal vocals. This band played a number of shows across the Midwest states of Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky.
All I know is...
Well, that certainly is Midwest states.
Well, I don't know.
And remains very active in the Chicago metal scene, so I guess they're from
People
Chicago.
from Michigan get really bitter when you say they're from the Midwest. They're like, no, we're from the East like you. And I'm like, sure.
I like Kentucky. It's just... Anyway. I have family there. It's okay. During the 2020 through 2021 pandemic, oh, good news, it's over.
Yep.
Inner Decay had written and recorded their follow-up, an album that is titled Enter the Void. The album is complete and ready to be released. Then there's a timeline. Alright, 2015, Inner Decay releases its first 3-track demo, World at Its End. Released music video for Down the Civilization, and then in 2018 released debut full-length self-published Souls of War. And then 2019 released single self-published Lore of the Wicked and music video for World Reduced to Ash. That's it. And then innerdecay.bandcamp.com. So then the band photo is a bunch of guys in black looking like a death metal band. And then the album artwork is has got a lot of...
that guy wearing a button up that's tucked in?
There is a button up and there is a tucked in shirt. That was a sharp eye, Doug.
Yeah, it's got...
I mean, even if that's okay for your shift at the Blockbuster, I'm not sure that's okay for your metal promo video.
This guy appears to be wearing a blue shirt in the
that's fine.
Jacket.
It's a work shirt. Yeah.
I don't mind a blue shirt as much as a tucked in shirt. That's not very metal.
All right, then the artwork is... Do you remember... I forgot what band it was, but there was like the sacrificial altar that appeared to be a portal. All right, take away the sacrificial altar, leave the portal, and maybe they're on the other side of the portal, and it's a silhouetted figure being zapped, and there's either... I hope they're either tentacles or like Evil Dead style tree branches.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that other album cover. It had like a guillotine. It had like sacrificial victims all lined up. And this is
like a Spectrum Holobite Doom knockoff or something.
Yeah. This is like Rampage or something like that. And you have to save Venus from Ghost.
I don't know. I think you guys are too down on this. I think if you threw this on a Magic the Gathering card, you'd be like, fuck yeah, look at this.
I mean, it's a fine Magic the Gathering card.
I think it would be a combination blue and black.
Yeah, no, you're right. This might be called like Evisceration, or perhaps Magnetify. But you know what's going on here? A lot of fucking shit. And I believe a void shouldn't have much in it at all.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not called Enter the Full Dimension of Trees and Ghosts in the Sky. It kind of... Hey, Doug, do you remember when Lieutenant Barkley was suffering from transporter psychosis, but it turned out just to be the crew of that science vessel, like in the matter stream? Like, this looks pretty much like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking hate Barkley.
Ain't metal.
But that's a different episode.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about how many ears we're going to give this. I'm going to come out strong. I'm going to give this 1.5 ears. I know I'm stomping all over you, so you go ahead and say your piece. But
one more
not gonna
quibble.
change my mind.
Did they talk about upbeat thrash riffs?
Sounds
sure
like they did.
I need an example of one.
Catchy. upbeat thrash. Well,
I can't think of a single upbeat thrash song.
Well,
upbeat thrash sounds like pop punk to me.
Up tempo, sure, yeah, I get all that. Maybe that's what they mean. But just like how they referred to the pandemic as having ended, maybe a bit of imprecision here.
I mean, if I could direct our YouTube watchers and twatchers to the following demonstration, this is an upbeat thrash.
Are you
Looks
playing
very
on the
punk to me.
upbeats? You're playing on the
I am.
upbeats. Well,
And this is a downbeat thrash. That looks fucking metal as hell. So I mean, I'm wary about these upbeat thrashes.
Well, ska bands play on the upbeats too.
Right.
So
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I mean, that's a great point. I think you've made my point. 0 ears.
Wow. Dude.
And I love ska music, but I don't love them entering the void.
These guys are a short 12-hour drive from us. Or we can meet them halfway in Kentucky.
Well, neither that's going to happen.
Like they reference all the right bands. There's a lot to quibble about, but fundamentally, I bet they're pretty good. So they get 1 ear.
All right.
All right.
Maybe we should listen to them on the Patreon so we can...
Yeah, that proved me wrong. Enter the Void. Or Inner Decay, or whatever you're
Inner
called.
Decay is the
Inner
band.
Decay.
And Enter the Void is the album.
And if you think I'm being unfair, I would chalk it up to your denialism.
All right.
Which is the last track of the...
I bet
thing.
Doug's going to be conflicted by this one. Did I talk over something I should have been listening to?
No, I just made a reference to the album. That's fine.
All right. Majesty of Revival is the artist. Release is Pinnacle. Self-released. Out June 10th, 2022 or October 6th. Format digital. Genre progressive metal. Country Ukraine.
Oh, what's it called? Gather the Magicking?
Majesty of Revival.
Oh, okay.
All right. Track list open. You have a message. Square brackets. Welcome to Gulag. Rebellion. Mind Crime featuring David Reedman. Fool featuring Kartsi Hataka. Deliverance. Dig Me Up. Square brackets. Bury Me Part 2.
Okay.
I'm looking for Bury Me Part 1. Okay. It's not here. At All Cost, City Lights, Stone, Things Are Not What They Seem, Guardians, and Overcome. Lineup. Wow. All right, here we go. Lineup. Dmitry Pavlovsky, guitars, vocals. Vitaly Popfalushi, bass, vocals. Miroslav Danko, guitars, vocals. May Stone, keyboard, backing vocals. Marvin, drums, no vocals. David Redman, vocals on Mindcrime. Kartsi Hataka, vocals on Fool. Vasil Davganich, guitars on Fool. Volodymyr Shobak, trumpet sections on Fool. Veronica...
Trumpet sections?
That's what it says. Shestakova, violin on Deliverance. And Angelika Zizic, female voice on Things Are Not What They Seem. All choirs by Dmitry Pavlovsky, Miroslav Danko, Vitaly Palushi, Maystone, Angelika Zizic, Rostik Groshik, Andy Brock, and Brock, and YRIY. Not sure how to pronounce that one. Let's see. New release overview of Revivals announced the release date of their long-awaited fifth album, Pinnacle, via Massive Sound Recordings on June 10th. The new album was in the works for almost 2 years. The band decided to work in the studio during the whole COVID period, focusing on strong melodies, heavy guitar riff, versatile vocals, and solid instrumental sections. Pinnacle features well-known guest musicians Kartsi Hataka from Waltari, David Redman from Pink Cream 69 / Adagio, and Volodymyr Shobak, a trumpeter from a Ukrainian legendary folk rock band 308, Tristavisim. The band already released a series of singles prior to the upcoming album, which was accomplished by music / lyric videos. Their first single, Guardians, won a special award at HOFA Song Contest 2021 and received wide rotation on international radio stations. A second track, Overcome, was viewed over 100,000 times on Facebook. For their music video, You Have a Message, the band cooperated with famous Ukrainian videographer and singer, it's in Cyrillic, Kolin, Kolih, so Kolin. Together with director Miroslav Danko, they produced an epic video about the Gulag events, which made the music video appear in Berlin Music Video Awards 2022. The new album consists of 13 cross-genre and progressive compositions filled with subjective visual descriptions and tactile audio figures. All this to make you not just listen, but also feel every song. Russian invasion of Ukraine delayed the release of the new album, but now it's time to free that bird from its cage for fans of Symphony X, Sonata Arctica, Waltari, Faith No More. Recorded, engineered, mixed, and mastered at Beast Sound Studios by Dmitry Pavlovsky, except Kartsi vocals on Fool, recorded at, shockingly, it's Finnish, at Yaluka, Helsinki, March 2021, Guitars versus on Fools, recorded somewhere in Coast Studios 2020. David Redman's vocals on Mindcrime, recorded in the Netherlands, September 2021. Bandcamp is Majesty of Revival.bandcamp.com. The photo of them is, Doug's gonna say it looks exactly like what you'd expect a prog band to look like. I mean,
yes.
There's ties and vests and collars.
I like that they dressed up, but they've also rolled up their sleeves to let you know they mean business.
And I get a Dream Theater-ish vibe from their album cover. It's there's some giant canyon and there's a rickety wooden bridge, and there's a guy who's like has to cross the bridge to get to the other side of the canyon.
But the canyon appears to be like a floating space island too.
Yeah, isn't a Russian artist famous for that kind of image, and then like Avatar stole it, as well as many other things.
Oh yeah. I think you're right.
All right, who wants to begin? If that's no one, I'll begin.
Yeah, please go right ahead.
I mean, how can you argue? They said Symphony X, so I'm in.
Yeah.
And Faith No More, which is kind of an interesting. Yeah, this is two definitely power prog, and then Faith No More, fantastic band. But I give them props for broad influences.
Yeah, the band is really just 5 guys, and but I see 4 vocalists, which is something Symphony X does. So hopefully there's like big harmonies and all that. And then it turns out there's a lot of great bands from Ukraine. I got Sunrise a while ago, which just sounds like Finnish power metal from 20 years ago, which is a good thing, just to be clear. So if I need more Ukrainian bands in my life, apparently.
Yeah.
So, I'm all in 2 full years.
I like their presentation. I like their wacky logo. I don't know if you can see it on the.
It's not.
I don't think it's on the album cover, but if you look on their Facebook page, for example, their logo looks really cool. It's sort of. I'm not really just sure how to describe it. I'm not sure if it's Cyrillic or what's going on, but it kind of looks like a skull, but it also kind of looks like a rune kind of things, but it also looks like a hurricane. So that's cool. I think I think they're definitely worth a listen.
Are you talking about the pointing thing?
Yeah, that's their logo. I think
that looks to me like it would be the shoulder patch for a hockey team.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. So I'm a little hesitant to give them 2 ears. But what the hell? I'll give them 1.9999994 ears.
And just so there isn't consensus, I'm going to give them 2 ears.
Good, great.
All right. Last one for tonight. Gangs of Old Ladies. International extreme metal band. All right. You wanna guess where a band called Gangs of Old Ladies is from?
It's probably a pretty garbage country. I'm thinking Canada or Australia.
Do you have a guess, Doug?
Austin, Texas.
Oh, that is a good guess, but unfortunately, Matt got it right. It is Australia.
Yes!
The unique Australian-based 5-piece includes international members David Anderson, Soilwork NFO, and death metal legend Rick Ross, ex-Death Massacre on lead guitars. Simon Unknown with an E at the end handles the main rhythm guitar, songwriting, and drum programming, with vocal duties shared between Jekyll Jones and trained opera singer Diletta Luna. Gangs of Old Ladies are currently working on new material for the release of an EP in the coming months, and Inner Demons, a personal song about self-harm and mental health, will be the first single the band releases this coming October. With a growing fan base around the world and tracks that always include famous guests, Inner Demons already has Travis Ryan of Cattle Decapitation doing a guest voice spot, and lead guitarist David Anderson says, quote, "This will be one of the biggest metal tracks of 2022. The band are," end quote. "The band are currently making a dent in the underground and finding fans on every continent they reach. Follow them on Spotify to make sure that you don't miss their next track, Inner Demons." And then they have a band photo, which is the collection of just photos of them. There's Simon Unknown with an E at the end, Jekyll Jones, David Anderson, Rick Razor Roz, and Diletta Luna.
Well, that's impressive. Also, since they're Australian, I think we really should be calling them Gangs of Old Ladies, which sounds even better.
Yeah, but if they're international, are they from Australia?
I mean,
cattle decapitations from Virginia, aren't they? Or
yeah, I guess that's true.
but they are a guest vocalist, so they don't count. I retract my thought.
Oh wait, Rick Ross was born in New York City.
New York City.
It seems like they kind of taken the emotional mellow death thing and then stretched it way out. So that could be interesting.
Well,
so I'll give them a year and a half.
I'm going to give them no ears because the song's not out yet.
Yeah,
so nothing to listen to.
I was thinking like
so no ears on the technicality.
Even though I gave them an automatic 2 years for being awesome, I'm gonna have to discount those 2 years. So assuming I know like the Fed just increased interest rates
at the time of recording.
At the time of recording, I'm gonna give them 1.42 years, but by the time we get to October, I'm sure that will inflate to 2 years.
All right. Well, that about does it. Matt, do you have any parting words? Oh, we're out of time. All right. Good night.
Oh. Hey guys, thought about a name for the band? What about Gangs of Old Ladies?